Hi and welcome back. Okie dokie. I'm now going to start to cleco or silver cleco the left side, top side sheet, as you recall from the end of the last video. Now, just prior to starting this morning, I did remove this skin and I just triple checked all of the joining where the nose ribs joins the spar, which joins the aft rib, all along that area. Just to triple check that my alignment were working. You know, sometimes you put a cleco in and it's a little bit out when you go to put a rivet in, so I just triple checked it just to be safe. I also triple checked it for level at both rear spar and level at forward spar, making sure that I didn't have a twist. It was a comment that Kip just made to me recently. Kip has the little orange and white accent white tips on the Sonex A model, November 111 Yankee X-ray, I think it is. Most that watch this channel would know Kip's aeroplane. He made a comment on how much time he spent, I believe, doing it, obviously his wings, with no twist in the wings, and made a comment about how he didn't need any aileron trim and that sort of thing. So I think it's imperative when you're building these aeroplanes to take that little bit of extra time and ensure that you don't have twists and that sort of thing. And in these wings, we're not going back to the old days of the Wright brothers where they had wing warping. So anyway, digressing. So going back on to the build today, there's a lot of surfaces to go through in both nose and aft side. I think there's about 5 different surfaces. So you've got your spar, you've got your little packers, you've got your aft rib, and you've got your nose rib. So there's about 5 on some of the surfaces. So to make sure that alignment is, 1000% correct. So I just removed all of the clecos, had a little bit of a look at the ribs, put them all back together again, and just used a little rivet that's going to be going through at the end of the day, just to triple check my alignment. I believe I did exactly the same thing, if I recall correctly, when I built the right wing. So I'm just going to spin the camera around before I start, and we'll have a quick look at how that looks. So just starting here at the tip rib, you'll see that I've just, I've got my rivets in just to double check alignment. Now, I think if the alignment's going to be out at this stage of the game, you're in deep shit. Anyway, also too, I have removed this morning, so the angles, the nose and aft root ribs sitting over there, all ready for assembly. So I've just painted it all. I'll leave it there for a few hours to dry off. Now, just going back onto the wing, there's not much to this process. If you're at this stage of the build, or anyone that's building these aeroplanes, if they're at the stage of the build, there's not a lot to. It's pretty simple, just following a whole bunch of rivet lines. Everything should have lined up well, and if it doesn't line up at this stage, you're in also deep shit. So it's just a simple process of going through with your silver cleco size drill bit, 032, whatever it is, or 032, I think. Can never get that imperial stuff right. But anyway, let's get stuck into this, and we'll come back in a few moments and we'll see, well, a few hours, half hour, whatever, and see what it looks like. Talk with you soon. Okay, a bit of a midway point on silver clecoing the top skin. I've just drawn myself a reference line on here to remind myself when I'm upsizing. I know this is premature, but doesn't hurt to put it on now, that I only do silver clecos on this prior to putting on the doubler, which goes on top of the first 3 ribs on this one. On the right side, it's only over the first 2, I think, off memory. And I've put a reference line on here for the aileron. I've also cut the aileron hinge as well, just put it aside for the moment. And when I flip the wing over, I'll have the same for the flap. So when I'm upsizing, again, just to remind myself, I will be upsizing the hinge at the same time, or silver clecoing at the same time. So when I do this part of the hinge, I might actually put this hinge on soon, be it today, be it tomorrow, whatever. Put it on now and get it done, or even just leave it till I'm ready to start to upsize, actually. Anyway, I'm jumping all over the place, but probably that will do it for the day. I might mow the lawns, and we'll come back to you tomorrow. Talk to you soon. Okay, I have flipped the wing over now. So we've now got the underside facing up. I've readjusted all of my temporary wedges and the like to make sure that the chord line between both forward and aft ribs is level, which I've changed with packers probably around about 6 or 7 times, but I finally got there. And I have now checked it for level through the forward and through the aft spar. So just for purposes of this video, I'll set the camera up and we'll go around and we'll have a bit of a look at how it looks. Okay, checking the aft spar. We're good. Aft spar is good. Forward spar, we're good. And forward spar, we are good. And we'll just double check with our inclinometer. I've already checked it for 0, 0. So hopefully it's going to be fairly close. There we go. Oh, 0.1. Can't see that for the reflection. There we go. 0.1. There we go. Whoop, 0.2, 0.1, 0.1. Happy with that. Ready to do the underside sheet. Just prior to doing the underside sheet, don't forget to do your aileron bell crank stiffness on rib number 9. So there's a little bit of movement in those, so I'm going to just quickly drill through those now, ensuring that's sort of perpendicular, because there's a little bit of movement in that. Then I can start with the underside sheet. Come back to you shortly. Okay, underside sheet is just temporarily placed into its position, and I can now start to silver cleco it off. So whether I do that today or tomorrow, it's another story. So I'll come back to you shortly anyway. Talk with you soon. Okay, I have drilled all the holes now that I have, or that I can do, excluding all the way across at the spar joint. I'll leave that till I fit the leading edge skin on, and I've done exactly the same on this on the top side. I've just put a small locator in the spar here, so one at each rib junction. Then I'll do the leading edge to here, flip the wing over again, and finish off to the top side. And I will also, I have decided as well, I will do the flap hinge now, or tomorrow now, and then when I flip the wing over after doing the leading edge, I will do the aileron flap hinge, finish off the leading edge, and that should complete the wing with all silver clicos at this stage. And then I'll work out how I go for finishing off with upsizing and deburring and priming and reassembly. So there you have it. I'll close off for today, and I'll talk with you soon. Okay, I've just dry fitted the flap hinge to the underside of the left wing. I've just put this temporary old hinge, one that I made a mistake on a while ago when I was making the right wing, just with this pin in, just for alignment, because I've only just on the drill press up there just did the main holes for alignment. I've always had, well, not so much difficulty, but always been apprehensive about doing these hinges, because when I was doing the ruddervators, I had one that was just slightly out when I was putting it together, and I think that's sort of maybe a bit gun shy, because you've only got to be slightly out and that pin's not going to go through. So anyway, there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and just start to individualise holes in these now, drill the silver clicos through this hinge, the flap hinge now, then it's done, and then we'll come back to you shortly and see what my next project's going to be on the wing. Talk with you shortly. Okay, I've decided to approach this a little bit differently than what I did the right wing. I ended up trying to assemble both leading edge, top and bottom sheets or skins on the wing prior to starting to upsize, but I just went back through one of Gavin's Sonex B videos, and he ended up doing it this way. So if he did it, I'm doing it. So there you go, Gavin. I've just followed your lead on this one. So all silver clecoed except for where the doubler goes through. So I will flip this wing over tomorrow now, and then upsize the clecos on the top side sheet, and then flip it back over again, and then start from the bottom side here, work my way around and come back through the front with the silver clecos on the nose skin. I also fitted the aileron cap on there as well, just a silver cleco at the moment. So there you have it. Oh, so did I mention, probably not, that I upsized all of the hinge as well. So that's all done. And then when I flip the wing back over again, I'll then put the aileron hinge on, and it's done. So there you have it, getting close to completing the left wing. So I guess I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Talk with you soon. Okay, a bit of a recap where I'm at. I have now upsized the underside of the wing skin, main spar back towards the aft, nothing on the nose or the leading edge at the moment. So that's all been upsized with copper clecos, except on the last two ribs, being the root and rib number 1, where the doubler will go on when I run the doubler around to the underside. So that's still in the silver cleco stage. You may recall that I had a little mark, a reference mark for myself to do that. Aileron hinge is not fitted yet, so we're going to fit that now, and then upsize the topside sheet, lay the leading edge sheet on, then do the doubler around to the leading edge side, flip the wing over, do the underside of the leading edge, including the doubler all the way back to the aft spar. Then it should be ready for copper clecoing on the top side where the doubler is, underside where the doubler is, and then upsizing not to copper on the countersunk rivet size. There's another size, I've forgotten what that size is at the moment, so I'll recap that when I get around to it. So we're just going to spin the camera around and go through, have a bit of a look. Okay, so here we have the wing ready to go. Just remembering not to upsize anything with copper clecos here from the root all the way through to rib number 3 until the doubler has been fitted. So all copper clecos can go on now. I've got up all the way through to the tip rib, only from the aft to the main spar only. I've got my hinge for the aileron all positioned now, ready to go, just with a couple of silver cleco locators just to get it into a somewhat of a straight line. Once I finish all the coppers on that, I can then start to hopefully get a good run with this leading edge sheet. I don't know what, they're a bit of a pain in the ass, as you all know, that everyone that does them struggles with straps and God knows what, but we'll give it another go. So let me get stuck into this and I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, I've upsized Clecos all the way through to the doubler and not at the main spar. All the way along the rear spar, again not at the doubler, and now fitted the leading edge sheet. So haven't checked for alignment yet, but it'll be one of those laborious tasks where I'll have to put my, I can see black, but I can't, oh no, the rib's off to one side, yes. Okay, so I'll have to obviously push and pull, or pull the ribs across as I go, but I should be all good. That'll go across fairly easily. Yep, there it is. That's all. There's my little marks. You can't quite see that, can you? No. Anyway, all right. Orientation is correct. Curve is there, so it's all good to go. I might silver Cleco this off to the last rivet line here. That's all I can really do, and give my little neighbour a knock on the door again when they get home this afternoon, and we can flip the wing over, and I'll start to do the other side over the weekend. Anyway, talk with you all soon. Okay, a bit of a midway, or more than midway point, I guess. Still got the doubler to do and all the way through the spar, but there's a little bit of a hard job to try to get the ribs to line up, but I got there in the end. I had to climb down on my back and pull them across and sort of do halfway with a little I don't know, a little spiky thing to just try to wedge them across, but eventually got there, so it's all good. And everything is good, so I can just finish off and copper Cleco the remain. Start again. I could now finish off all the silver Clecos, including the doubler, and that's all I can do till my neighbour pops over and we can flip the wing over. So I'll just see how we go in the next half hour or so. Talk with you soon. Okie dokie, there's the doubler in position now. Went in really well. So I have now silver Clecoed all the way through the doubler and done through the main spar all the way through. So I can probably start to upsize a little bit of this and then get ready to flip the wing over. So let's get started on that, and we'll come back to you shortly. Okay, there you have it. The wing is pretty much complete, excluding obviously deburring and dimpling on the leading edge. All the doublers on, went on extremely well. That's how many Clecos I've got left, so I've had to sparingly distribute the load a little bit around the place, and that is practically it. So over the next week or so, I'll debur all this this wing, and then it's time for riveting. So hopefully it all goes back together as good. Okay, so I'll close this one off now and edit it, and we'll talk with you all soon.